President Biden's on his way back to the United States right now. Before leaving Italy, he met with the Pope. Take a look. We bring our body language expert for this. Scott Rouse trains law enforcement and the military in interrogation and body language, author of Understanding Body Language, How to Decode Nonverbal Communications in Life, Love, and Work. And the only guest I'm ever self-conscious when I talk to, because I have to try to think, what is Scott really thinking about what I'm doing in these moments? We're going to play the video back, Scott, of Biden and the Pope. Give us your thoughts.
Okay.
Here it is.
Okay.
The video? The video. There it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think what's going on, he feels so, he's a devout Catholic, Biden is. He's been a Catholic, forever and a day. He practices Catholicism, and I think he feels so close to the Pope that quite often people want to put their foreheads together when they feel really, close to someone. I believe they've met before. So I believe he feels really close to him. That's why he's trying to do that. Mothers will do that to little babies, and fathers will do that to their daughter. They'll touch foreheads and look them right in the eye. It's about as close as you can get. So I think that's what's happened there. He feels really close to him.
How's the Pope feeling?
I think he's probably used to that kind of thing, because it didn't look surprised. Didn't look like he was trying to get away from it. So everything with him looks as it should. He doesn't look surprised or anything.
Yeah.
But he's a pro at that. So it looks the way it should. Everything looks normal there.
Okay. Fair enough.
So,
this moment caught our eye yesterday. The president had one of his first press conferences, or his first press conference in a very long time, at the G7. And one of the reporters asked a question that was not about the G7 and Ukraine. And you could see the president really sort of gristle and scold the reporter from Bloomberg. Take a listen.
okay.
Wish you guys would play by the rules a little bit. I'm here to talk about a critical situation in Ukraine. You asked me another subject. I'll be happy to answer it in detail later.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and it might be a situation where the question was a little bit long, because I listened to the question. I got a chance to look at the video before we did this, and that's one of the classic Biden shuts down. He gets real still, sticks up one hand. At the very end, he's closing his eyes like he doesn't want to. It's called eye blocking, where he's completely pushing the guy off. So he may be a little angry, but he at the same time may be a little bit frustrated, is what it looks like to me with that question, since it didn't have anything to do with what he's there for.
When you say the eye blocking thing, because we've seen him do that at times, and is that him sort of being frustrated at the situation, or is that almost like an old coping technique of the stutter, of trying to slow his mind and his speech pattern down?
It could be a combination of things. Quite often when we see eye blocking, that gives us the impression the person is either seeing something that they don't like, or are being presented with something they don't like, or they hear something they don't like. Like, for example, if you and I were hanging out and we were telling some kind of joke that was way over the edge, and somebody was standing there and didn't want to hear it, we may see them close their eyes as we're doing that. So that's.
It seems like kind of a high bar, though, right, for him to do this eye blocking thing. It seems like a pretty, I don't want to say extreme, but an awfully large response, or emotional response, to just getting asked a question you don't like.
Yeah, I think the question was kind of long, so it may be a little bit too much for him to keep putting together with the neurological situation he's got going on here. So it may be a little tougher because of that, and frustrating.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.